Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2025 Indiana Swimming Age Group Short Course Championships. This is the Sunday prelims. We're starting off with the girls 13-14 400-yard IM. This is timed finals. We'll have 3 heats here in prelims, and then the final heat will be swimming in finals. Starting off is Heat 1 in Lane 1, Paige Shannon. Heat 1, Lane 3, Paige Shannon for Carmel Swim Club. Sierra Renrich is in Lane 4 for Carmel Swim Club, and then Sawyer Helton's in Lane 5 for PCA. Kate Kistler is in Lane 6 for Carmel Swim Club. Taking a strong lead in this first heat, Sawyer Welton on the butterfly. 4 laps of each stroke, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. And Helton is going to touch first through butterfly. She goes through at a time of 1:06.08 for that first 100. Right with each other, fighting for third place right now is Shannon and Kistler. Kistler taking a slight lead over Shannon, now trying to catch up to Helton. Also moving up on Shannon is Renrich in Lane 3. She's also going to try to make a move on Kistler here, it looks like. She goes through with the fastest 50 time on backstroke, 35.55 for Wenrich. She's got a lot of ground to make up on Helton, though. We'll see if she's able to do it. Kistler still keeping that second spot, holding strong. Looks like Wenrich might get her right here. Helton goes through 2:20 through the 200. 2:23 for Wenrich in second now. And Kistler retaking that second place position on this first 25 of breaststroke. She's going to look to pass Helton here on this breaststroke, it looks like. And through this first 50 of breaststroke, she is going to claim the lead. She has a whole nother 50 to put some good distance between her and Helton going into freestyle. Shannon reclaiming that third place position from Wenrich. And Kistler with about a 2 body length lead now. Super fast, strong breaststroke from her. And she goes through at 3:49.62 through the 300. Also Shannon with a very strong breaststroke as well. She had the fastest 50 split on that second 50 breaststroke. Shannon and Helton are going to be fighting for second place right here, with Helton having a slight edge over Shannon. And Shannon, fastest freestyler in the pool right now through that first 50. Coming down to the last 25. And Kistler is going to finish first with a time of 4:57.79. About a 50-second drop, almost 45-second drop for Kistler there. Her seed time before this was a 5:42.81. Though that looks like it's a long course time, so she qualified with long course time, but still very good time for Kistler in this first heat of the 400 IM. Heat 2 will have Delaney Sweeney in lane 1 for Carmel Swim Club, Charlie Alea in lane 2 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. Libby Lale will be in lane 3 for Carmel Swim Club, Isabel Ortiz in lane 4 for the Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Ella Eves-Slage will be in lane 5 for Westfield Aquatics, Camille Reith in lane 6 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Mackenzie Soto's in lane 7 for Duneland Swim Club, and then Stella Peters in lane 8 for Valparaiso Swim Club. Going into the second 50 of butterfly, Eves-Slage has a nice little lead going on here. She's got about a half body length on the rest of the field. Second right now belongs to Soto in lane 7. But also right with her is Leon Ortiz. Also, Peters down in lane 8, moving up as well. And we've got about a 4-way run for second right here. Soto does touch second. Moving into backstroke. And Eves-Slage taking still about almost a body length lead now, a little less. Soto moving up on her though. And Soto has closed that lead by a lot. Eves-Slage keeps it in first through that 150. She goes through 144 flat. 144.2 for Soto, though, so right on her. It looks like Soto's going to overtake her for the lead. Also, right there is Lael in lane 3. Looks like she might have the lead now. After this girls 13-14 400 IM, we're going to have the 11-12 and then 13-14 100 breaststroke, followed by the 200 freestyle for both age groups. And then the 50 backstroke for the girls 11-12s and the girls 13-14 200 backstroke. After that, we're going to take a 5-minute break, then move into the 11-12 200 freestyle relay, then the 13-14 400 freestyle relay. Followed that, after a 5-minute break, is the girls 13-14 1000 freestyle. Lael with a good lead here. She's the fastest breaststroker in the pool, so she's just going to be extending that lead going into freestyle.
I think we still have the overlay on the girls. Thank you very much.
And Lily Lael with a very strong lead going into freestyle. 3:46 through the 150 for her. 3:46.64. Followed behind her is Eves-Slage in lane 5. 3:51.47. And the rest of the pool has got a lot of ground to make up if they want to catch Lael. Ortiz and Eves-Slage going at it for that second place position. Soto also right there in the mix. This is a timed finals event, so any of the girls swimming in this prelims event can qualify for the podium if they outswim somebody in finals. Lael finishes first with a time of 4:51.92. That will be the fastest time of the morning so far. Finishing second is Soto, 4:57.14. So your time to beat right now is 4:52.92 from Libby Lael. Heat 3 is in the water. In lane 1, we have Rebecca Murgia for Club Olympia Swim Club. Elise Eubank is in lane 2 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Caitlin Yak in 3 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Aylin Bilskerser is in lane 4 for Irish Aquatics. Lily Kane in 5 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Harper Stones in 6 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. Claire Kate in 7 for Carmel. And Melina Williams in lane 8 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Going into the 75 turn for Butterfly, Yak has a little lead, but also right with her is Bilgesser. Eubank in lane 2 has the 3rd position. And then a little 3-way race going for 4 right now. Yak does touch first through the 100, 102.11 for her. Followed closely behind her is Bilsiger, 102.60 for her through that first 100. And those top 3 here are evening out on the backstroke. And it looks like Harper Stone in lane 6 is going to be the fastest backstroker in the pool right now. And she's the fastest by about 2 seconds there through the first 50. 34.84 for her on that 50 split. In second, Yak, she went 36 on that 50. And Stone will claim that first spot. Yak in second. Bilgesser right with her as well. Eubank sitting in 4th right now. Going into breaststroke now. Stone maintaining that lead for now. Bilgesser trying to come up on Yak and take that 2nd place spot. And Yak trying to make a move on Lily Kane in 5. And Yak is overtaking Stone now for the 1st place spot. Also, the rest of the field's evening out here. We got about 4 people fighting for 3rd. Eubank, Bersinger, Stone in 7, and then also Stone in 6, and then also Williams is there in the mix too. Yak is going to be first going through the first 50 breaststroke. 42.67 for her on that split. But Stone, 41.34. She's making up a lot of grounds going into freestyle. They'll have a lot of work to do if they want to catch up to Caitlin Yak, though. Through the first 25 of freestyle, Kane has a nice position in 2nd place. Stone sitting right on her in 6. And lane 1 is going to be at the top of your screen here. Lane 8 at the bottom, by the way. Once again, 4:52.52 is the time to beat. And Yak is going to be under that. She finishes with a time of 4:45.59. So moving into finals, she looks to make the podium. One of those swimmers will have to swim slower than a 4:45.95. We have the girls 11-12 100-yard breaststroke now. 3 swimmers in this first heat of 6. In lane 1, Kenna Arnold for Noblesville Swim Club. Emery Baker's in lane 4 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. And Lila Riechling is in lane 5 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. All 3 swimmers pretty even right now. We'll be able to get an accurate reading here at the 50 of your leader. And Arnold is touching first in a 37.16. Right behind her is Riechling, 37.57. And then Baker, 38.04. So all 3 swimmers separated by less than a second going into this second 50. At the 75 now, it looks like Riechling might have a little bit of a lead, but her and Arnold are battling it out. And they're right with each other with about 12.5 yards left. Riechling with a little bit of a lead. And Riechling will touch first. 118.52 for her. 119.2 for Arnold. And Baker finishes in a 120.04. A good drop for all 3 of those swimmers right there. Heat 2 is underway. Penelope Blackwell is in lane 2 for Indiana Swim Club. Kate Messner is in 3 for Michiana Marlins. Kate Bones is in lane 4 for Dunland Swim Club. Eleanor Sivstrini is in lane 5 for Carmel Swim Club. Adley Kittinger is in 6 for Mount Vernon Swim Team. And Victoria Pike in 7 for Carmel Swim Club. Our boys broadcast for this prelims session is going to be on the other live stream on the Indiana Swimming YouTube channel. Eric Eaton's calling them. They're in the diving well pool. Diving well side pool. But coming into this last 25 of breaststroke, it looks like Silvstrini is in first right here, and then second place could go to anyone. Silvstrini touches first in a 117.67. Second goes to Messner, 119.18. And taking third is Kittinger, 119.53 for her. Heat 4 is just taken off. In lane 1, Campbell Nash for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Zuling Chang is in lane 2 for Boilermaker Aquatics. Kelly Grace Cobra in 3 for Irish Aquatics. Stella Moreth is in 4 for Valparaiso. Kara Jones in 5 for Flashes Aquatics. Maddie Lynn is in 6 for Munster Swim Club. Jeneba Otara is in 7 for Brownsburg Swim Club. And then Enquigan is in 8 for Boilermaker Aquatics. Through the first 50, your current leader is Avery Beer, 26:01 for her. Right behind her is Garrity, 26:04. And this is the third 50, so I actually read the wrong names. I read Heat 4. Heat 3 has Emma DeBosch in lane 1 for Carmel, Cameron Mosley in 2 for Lake Central Barracudas, Claire Jones in 3 for Indiana Swim Club, Avery Beer in 4 for Michiana Marlins, Avery Garrity in 5 for Brownsburg, Paige Kosher in 6 for Brownsburg, Nora Nadelborg is in 7 for Munster, and Sophia Gunther in 8 for Irish Aquatics. I apologize for that, but finishing first in Heat 3 is Garrity, 1:16.38, and then touching second is Gunther, 1:16.49. Third place goes to Kosher in 6, 1:16.52. Now we have Heat 4. Campbell Nash is in lane 1 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Zuling Chang in 2 for Boilermaker Aquatics. Kelly Grace Corbra in 3 for Valparaiso. Excuse me, she's in the water for Irish Aquatics. Stella Mareth is in lane 4 for Valparaiso. Kara Jones in 5 for Flashes Aquatics. Maddie Lynn in 6 for Munster Swim Club. Jenna Otara is in 7 for Brownsburg Swim Club, and Enkley Gahn is in 8 for Boilermaker Aquatics. Through the first 50, your leader is going to be Mareth in 4. She goes through 33.68. Cobra touches on a 33.76 on that first 50. She's in second currently, trying to catch up to Mareth in 4. Going through the 75, Mareth has still a slight lead over Corba. And Mareth is going to touch first. Her time 1:13.04. Very closely behind her is Corba, 1:13.21. And finishing third, Kara Jones, 1:14.16. Heat 5 of 6 is about to take off in lane 1. Millie Seals of Southeastern Swim Club. Blythe Berber is in 2 for Riverside Aquatic Club. Presley Barker in 3 for Southeastern Swim Club. Grace Gannon is in 4 for the Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Remy Roche is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club. Sophie Baker is in 6 for the Lake Central Barracudas. Kendall Chandler in 7 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, and Megan Gator in 8 for Westfield Aquatics. Grace Gannon with a very fast first 50 here. She's going to go through 32.4. Following her is Barker, 33.79, and then Roche in 5, 34.02. Grace Gannon is the second seed for this morning. That first seed will be in the next heat. And Grace Gannon is going to touch first. Her time 1:08.63. Finishing second, Roche 1:11.99, and then Barker finishes on a 1:12.57. Moving on to Heat 6, we have Nola Lee in lane 1 for Center Grove Aquatic Club. Allie Raw in lane 2 for Trojan Aquatic Club. Hadley Livers is in 3 for Pace Setter Aquatics. Sydney Ermel, your top seed of the night from Carmel Swim Club in lane 4. Yang Zhang is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club. McKenna Lloyd in 6 representing Flashes Aquatics. In lane 7, Oliver Briard for Hobart Swim Club, and Harley Myers in 8 for Valparaiso Swim Club. And Sydney Ermel's taking it out very strong with her teammate Zhang right next to her. She's going to go through with a time of 31.58. Zhang goes through 33.51. Livers is also right with them too, 33.68 for her. And Ermel has a very nice lead going to the final 25, about 2 body lengths here. And she will touch first with a time of 106.87. That will be your top seed tonight going into finals. Touching second, Livers, 111.37, and then Zhang finishes third, 111.60. Grace Gannon will be your second seed tonight. Up next, we have the girls 13-14 100-yard breaststroke. 3 swimmers in this first heat, 6 heats total. For this first heat, in lane 3, we have Kenley Gentry in lane 3 for Carmel Swim Club, Summer English in 4 for Capital Aquatics, and then Emily Willem in 5 for Noblesville Swim Club. Your meet and association record was set in 2016 by Emily Weiss for Cardinal Swim Club. Through the first 50, Willem is first, 33.87, following her is English, and then Gentry, 35.20 and 35.37 for those 2 swimmers respectively. And Willem is going to touch first in this first heat. 1:13.48 is her finishing time. English finishes second, 1:15.38. And then 1:15.90 for Gentry. Heat 2 is coming up. In lane 2, Cora Irwin for Riverside Aquatic Club. Zoe Bratcher is in 3 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. Ruby Hines is in 4 for the Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Quinn Padilla in 5 for Crown Point Swim Team. In lane 6, Julia Formsa for Riviera Swim Club. And then Rebecca Mia Morgia for Club Olympia Swim Team. And Hines goes through first, 32.94 for her. Formsa in second in lane 6, 33.65 going into the second 50. But 3 swimmers very, very close for that second position. That's Padilla, Formsa, and Maya Mergia in 7. Ruby Hines is going to finish first, 111.13 for her. Maya Mergia finishes second, 111.95, and third goes to Padilla, 112.25. Heat 3 up next. Libby Leo in lane 1 for Carmel Swim Club, Elise Haley in 2 for Brownsburg Swim Club. Ariel Gunther is in 3 for Irish Aquatics. Noah Khalil in 4 for Riviera Swim Team. Leia Castle in 5 for Lake Central Barracudas. Emily Smith is in 6 for HHSC. Aaron Irwin in 7 for GCAT. And Isabella Cherinos in 8 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. First to the wall at the 50, Kalila, 32.43. Also right with her, Smith, 33.36. Kalili with a little lead coming into the finish. Smith right with her. She's going to finish second. Kalili finishes with the time of 109.28 and 110.16 for Smith. Third place goes to Libby Lale up in lane 1, 113.15. 109.28 is the time to beat currently. These next 3 events, these next 3 heats, will see your top 3 seeded swimmers. In lane 1 for this heat, Evelyn Fredig for GVV, Delaney Sweeney in 2 for Carmel Swim Club, Taylor Ryan in 3 for Duneland Swim Club, Eliza Shop in 4 for Greenwood Gators, Madeline Yonkis is in 5, for Carmel Swim Club. Melena Williams in 6 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Lainey Johnson in 7 for PCA, and Scarlett Fanger in 8 for Southeastern Swim Club. And Shop here in lane 4 is your 3rd seeded swimmer, but Yonkis taking off from Carmel. She's going to be the first to touch in this heat and touches in a time of 106.39. That's your new time to beat. About a 2-second drop for her here. In this Heat 5, we have Shanna Fowler in lane 1 for Carmel Swim Club, Caitlin Lay in 2 for Center Grove Aquatic Club. Crystal Tang is in 3 for India Swim Club, Kendall Diekman in 4 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Elena Weller is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club, Larkin Lee in 6 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Sophia Mueller in 7 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, and Maddie Egan in 8 for Avon Community Swim Team. Diekman taking a very strong, commanding lead here. Trailing right behind her is Crystal Tang in 3. Diekman will touch first. She's going to put down a very fast time of 104.93. Finishing second is Tang, 107.48. So Yonkis in Heat 4 will keep second position here. Diekman moving up to first through 5 heats. Heat 6 is about to take off though. Delaney Miller is in lane 1 for Southeastern Swim Club. Kira Kim is in 2 for Munster Swim Club. Abigail Campbell in 3 for Lake Central Barracudas. Brenly Bonez is in 4, top seed of the night, Duneland Swim Club. Top seed of the morning for Duneland Swim Club. Claire Kate is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club. Harper Stone in 6 for Franklin Regional. Jada Kyung is in 7 for Blairmaker Aquatics, and Ella Hillhouse in 8 for GVV. And Bonez is moving through the first 50, 29.78 right there. a very fast first 50 time. Second place right now, Campbell. Bonez finishes the time 104.04. That will put her in first position. Second goes to Abigail Campbell, 107.61. We now have the girls 11-12 200-yard freestyle. There will be 5 heats of this. In lane 1, Tate Birdsong for Seymour Swimming. Bridget Ball is in 4 for Michiana Marlins, and Addie McHugh in 5 for Valparaiso Swim Club. Addison Carlisle has her meet record with a time of 1:53.52, set in 2021, but Emily Wolf has the association record with a 1:51.59, set in 2022. Off the blocks, McHugh has a good little lead. We're going into the 75, rather. Birdsong sitting in second. Bale also right there as well. Ball right there as well. Through the 150, McHugh remains your leader, 142.2 for her through that. Birdsong keeping in the second place, 142.07, and then Ball in third, 143.22. And here they come down to the finish. McHugh will touch first, 114.36 is her time. Birdsong finishes in a 2:15.51, 2:14.36 for McHugh, and then Ball finishes right behind them. Heat 2 now. In lane 1, Annika Hansen for Carmel Swim Club, Molly McGowan in 2 for Pacesetter Aquatics. Sophia Gunther is in 3 for Brownsburg Swim Club, Audrey Perkins in 4 for Brownsburg. Georgia Lindwald is in 5 for Munster Swim Club, Kate Bonez in 6 for Duneland. Elisa Mendoza is in 7 for Valparaiso, and then Ruby Soto in 8 for Duneland Swim Club. Through the 100, your leader is Gunther. She goes through Hansen up in lane 1. 101.89 for her through the 100. Gunther's second right now, 103.38. Hansen's going to keep that lead through the 150. Gunther coming for her, though. Hansen will go through with a time of 1:35.86 through the 150, 1:37.66 for Gunther. Hansen had the fastest 50 split there, so she's just increasing her lead. 25 left. She's got about a 2 body length lead now. And Hansen's going to be the first place finisher in Heat 2. She finishes with a time of 2:08.42. Gunther finishes in 2:10.90, and third place goes to Mendoza, 2:12.50. Heat 3 is taken off. Quinn Kellett is in lane 1 for Carmel Swim Club. Aislinn George is in 2 for Carmel Swim Club as well. Grace Stormbeck is in 3 for NASA. Sydney Ermel in 4 for Carmel Swim Club. Lila Kassenbrock is in 5 for GVV. Abigail Martin in 6 for Michiana Marlins. Bella Shirk is in 7 for Concord Swim Club, and Ella Hines in 8 for Santa Grove Aquatic Club. George is first to the wall through the 50, 29.15 for that first 50. Second right now belonging to Stormbeck into 3. Looks like Stormbeck might be the first to the 75 wall, and she is, yes. Sydney Ermel catching up to her, looking to take the lead through the 100. And Stormbeck has it still, 101.04. Ermel 101.25. A little faster on that 50 though than Stormbeck. It's going to come right down to this last 50 for Stormbeck and Ermel. Stormbeck still with a little bit of a lead. She was faster on that 50. Kassenbrook in third place, also right with them. And Ermel's going to take this lead on the last 25. Very strong finish right here. She will finish with a final time of 2:03.67. That is your new time to beat. Finishing second is Stormbeck, 2:04.46, and third goes to Kassenbrock, 2:05.97. Heat 4 up now. Scarlett Martin is in lane 1 for Flashes Aquatics. Leah Morgan's in 2 for Fish Area Swimming Tigers. Vivian Morris in 3 for Carmel Swim Club. And then in lane 4, Isabel Cox for Flashes Aquatics. Maggie Hupser is in 5 for Crown Point Swim Club. Lorelei Bingham is in 6 for Pacesetter Aquatics. Olivia Dunaway in 7 for PCA. And then Eleanor Silvestrini is in 8 for Carmel Swim Club. Through the first 50, your leader is Isabel Cox, 27.92 for her. Right with her is Maggie Hubster, 28.02. Through the 100, Isabel Cox is at a 58.56, and Maggie Hubster 59.92. Very fast first 100 times for them. They look to go under 2 minutes for this 200 now. And Isabel Cox shows no signs of slowing down. Hubster trying to go with her. 129.72 for Cox through the 150, still under pace for 2. Hubster 133.74, slowed down a decent amount on that 150, but still going very quick. Vivian Morris in lane 3 sitting in 3rd place. She was 135.68. And Cox with a very large, almost 10-yard lead now. She's coming in hot. She's going to finish with a time of 2.95. That's your new fastest time of the morning from Isabel Cox. Second goes to Maggie Hubster, 2:07.86. And third, up in lane 1, Scarlett Martin finishes very strong, 2:08.40 for her. Final heat of the morning in the girls 11-12, 200-yard freestyle. Fiona Rosebottom is in 1 for PCA. Addie Adams is in 2 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Noah Hull in 3 for Flashes Aquatics. Kate Allen is in 4 for Carmel Swim Club. Haley Badolk in 5 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. In lane 6, we have Madison Lewis for Zionsville Swim Club. Elena Sutorski is in 7 for Lake Central Barracudas. And then also for the Lake Central Barracudas in lane 8, Marlo Castle. Kate Allen is first through the turn, 26.13 for her. Very fast time. She's the top seed of the night. Her best time, 1:54.89 going into this. Only about a second off the record here. We'll see if she can get it here in this morning swim, and she'll have another chance in the afternoon as well if she doesn't get it here. She's 55.86 through the first 100, well on pace for the record and a best time. Finishing second through that 100 is Haley Badolk, 58.35, also a very fast time. Kate Allen already has a few records in this meet. We'll see if she can add another one to the resume. And she's 126 through the 150. Second right now, Badolk, with Hull also right behind her. And Kate Allen has about 12 seconds here on this last 25 to get it. And she's going to be just off it, finishing in a time of 1:55.91. She's going to be your top seed going into finals, finishing second here. Nora Hull, 2:04.08, and third goes to Sutrowski, finishing very first with a time of 2:04.93. We have your girls 13-14, 200-yard freestyle now. In lane 1, there's going to be 6 heats. In lane 1 of this first heat, Ruby Hines for Fisher Area Swimming Tigers. Erica Arpin is in 2 for NASA. Stella Peters in 4 for Valparaiso. Maddie Hewland is in 5 for NASA. And then Kate Swisdeck is in 6 for Juneland Swim Club. Your meet record was set in 2016 by Kelly Pash of Carmel Swim Club, 147.57. And the association record belongs to Alex Shackle, 147.01 in 2021 for Carmel Swim Club. Alex Shackle, of course, an Olympic gold medalist. .58.27 for Hewland through the first 100. So Steck goes through at 59.98 and 59.99 for Peters. These are all 13-year-olds in this heat. Hewland Hewland still in first through the 150, 131.25 for hers. Swistek second right now, and Stella Peters sitting in third. Swistek trying to come up on Hewland in this last 50, and they're going to flip at the exact same time in this last wall. And their stroke for stroke, it's going to come down to the finish between these two, with Swistek getting a little slight lead here. And she will touch first. Her time 2:04.26, 2:04.87 for Hewland, and Peter finishes in a 2:05.39. So 2:04.26 is the current time to beat. We have Heat 2 now. Elena Spicer's in lane 1 for Westfield Aquatics. Crystal Tang in 2 for Indiana Swim Club. Camille Maya Murgia is in 3 for Club Olympia Swim Team. Mary McLeish is in 4 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Libby Lale is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club. Gina Hench in 6 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Ella Rieschling's in 7 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. And Kylie Schaffenberger in 8 for Lake Central Barracudas. Mary McLeish with a little bit of a lead, not by much going through 75. And she'll go through the wall first through the 100 at 58.28. Second currently belonging to Hench, 58.96. And third, Libby Lale, 59.01. $129.53 for McLeish through the first 150. $129.67 for Hench. She's right on her. And they're going to be right with each other going into this last turn, touching the wall at the same time. And Hench is finishing strong in lane 6. McLeish going with her though. And Hench will touch first. Her time 1:59 flat, 1:59.45 for McLeish. 1:59 flat is the new fastest time for this event. Heat 3 is about to be underway. We have Rayan Flanagan in lane 1 for Crown Point Swim Club. Abigail Gusinger in 2 for Munster Swim Club. Leah Risley in 3 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Aylin Bilgesser in 4 for Irish Aquatics. Zara Patton in 5 for Fishers. Haley Blackwell in 6 for Noblesville Swim Club. Natalie Rowling in 7 for Jasper Aquatics. And Evelyn Friedag in 8 for GEVV. Going first through the 100 is Bilsinger, 56.83, a very fast time right there. Rowling is sitting in second, 57 low for her through that 100. Also right with them is Gussinger in 2. But Riesling making a move now. Down in lane 2, or excuse me, down in lane 7, Rowling looks to take the lead here. And she will, 128.27 for her through that 150, 128.49 for Bilsinger. Rallying with about a second faster split on that 50. And she's first to the wall through the 175. And rolling will touch first with a time of 158.73. Second goes to Gustinger in 2.21. And third belongs to Bilsinger, 2 minutes, 0.65. 158.73 is your new fastest time. Heat 4 is taken off. In lane 1, we have Charlie Alea for Franklin Regional Swim Team. Lily Canes in 2 for Fishers. Brooklyn Penn is in 3 for Southeastern Swim Club. In 4, Haley Hunter for Zionsville Swim Club. Mia Teffler is in 5 for Munster. Brenly Bonez is in 6 for Duneland Swim Club. Ella Slash is in 7 for Westwood Aquatics. And Quinn Pollock is in 8 for Carmel Swim Club. And coming to the first 100, Teffler is going to touch first, 155.95. Bonez second, currently 56.72. Hunter in third, 57 low for her. Hunter making a move though on this lap. She's moved up to second place and looks to challenge Teffler for the first position. And she will overtake Teffler going through 126 through the 150. She had a little over than a second faster split on that 50. And Hunter will touch first, 155.77 for her. Teffler, 157.1. And third, going to Quinn Pollock in lane 8, 159.92. 155.77 by Hunter is your new fastest time. Heat 5 now, Olivia Moore's in lane 1 for PCA, Bryn Law in 2 for Duneland Swim Club, Savannah Yankee in 3 for Center Grove Aquatics Club, Ashlyn Hayes in 4 for Fishers, Haley Morris in 5 for Carmel Swim Club, Karen Preston in 6 for Carmel, Juliette Fanchers in 7 for Crown Point Swim Club, and Isabel Gonzalez in 8 for Duneland Swim Club. Hayes taking it out very fast, 26.23 for her. Also right there with her is Morris, 26.83, followed by Yankee, 27.22. And Hayes looks very, very smooth right now. $55.15 for Hayes through the 100. $55.96 for Morris. Less than a second separating first and second right now. Hayes keeping up a very good pace. She's got about a second lead now over Morris. Morris isn't going to give up that easy though. Hayes will be able to keep the lead. 1:53.40 for her. That is your new fastest time here. Morris with the second fastest time of the morning, 1:54.6. She finishes second in the heat. Sixth and final heat coming up right here. In lane 1, Liz Holds of Elkhart United, Gabby Heinz in 2 for Irish Aquatics, Annie Wolf is in 3 for WTSC, Alex Clark in 4 for Carmel Swim Club, Madeline Yonkis is in 5 also for Carmel Swim Club, Audrey Wolf in 6 for Fishers, Isabel Hargis in 7 for Carmel Swim Club, and Maya Preston in 8 for Noblesville Swim Club. Alex Clark's time going into this, 1:58.4. She's the top seed of the night. She's about 3 seconds off that record. Liz Holds up in lane 1, having a very strong race, sitting in second place right now, 55.53 through the 100. 55.12 for Clark. And Liz Holds doesn't seem to be letting up either. And she'll have a strong hold on that second place position currently. Alex Clark goes to the 150 at a 1:24.2, 1:26.43 for Holds. And Alex Clark is going to finish in a 1:53.02. Following her is Liz Holds and Yonkis tie for second in a 1:57.82. .153.02 is the fastest time of the morning. Just by a little bit though. Hayes went 1:53.40 in the heat before. We now have the girls 11-12 50-yard backstroke. 5 heats of this. For the first heat in lane 3, Addie Adams for Fishers. Lila Rieschling's in 4 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Georgia Lindwald in 5 for Munster. And Cruz Sergesgetter in 6 for Win Title. Sergesgetter has a little bit of a lead coming in. Adams right with her though. Sergesgetter will just out-touch Adams. 31.07 for her. Adams finishes in a 31.13. We have heat 2 now. Heat 2 of 5. Emma Tomery is in lane 1 for Valparaiso. Elsa Mendoza in 2 for Valparaiso. Brooklyn Gilmore in 3 for Carmel Swim Club. Avery Bryant's in 4 for Greater Evansville. Bridget Ball in 5 for Michiana Marlins. Nora Nodelborg is in 6 for Munster Swim Club. Scarlett Martin in 7 for Flashes Aquatics. And Eleanor Silverstrini in 8 for Carmel Swim Club. Coming into the wall. Gilmore's first to touch, 30.54. Finishing second is Bryant, 31.53. Heat 3 is hopping in the water. In lane 1, Carly Trent for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Yen Zhang in 2 for Carmel Swim Club. Rose Rose Camagne is in 3 for Center Grove Aquatic Club. Ruby Sininger in 4 for Irish Aquatics. Presley Barker in 5 for Southeastern. And then for Brownsburg in lane 6, Evelyn Han. Stella Moretz for Valparaiso in 7. And then in lane 8, Molly McGowan for Pace Setter Aquatics. And coming in the wall, Sininger is going to touch first. Her time 29.14. Second goes to Camogie, 30 flat. And then third place, Presley Barker, 30 points. Welcome back. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Lost power to the cameras there. We're back up. I'm going to work on getting that scoreboard put back up for you. Currently, we are in Heat 1 of the girls 13-14 200 back, though. And coming in the finish right here, we have about a 50 left. Gina Hench is in first, 2:12.08. And she is your first place finisher. Second belongs to Lily Qualden in lane 7, 2:18.36 for her. Hopping in the water now is Heat 2 for your girls 13-14 200-yard backstroke. We're going to have 7 heats of this. In lane 1, Caitlin Weeks for Irish Aquatics. Elena Spice is in lane 2 for Westfield Aquatics. Sawyer Helton in 3 for PCA. Quinn Padilla is in 4 for Crown Point Swim Team. Mary McLeish in 5 for Fort Wayne Swim Team. Stella Peters is in 6 for Valparaiso. And then in lane 7, Natalie Rowling for Jasper Aquatics. Madeline Miles is in 8 for Duneland Swim Club. Coming into the first 100, your leader right now looks like Miles up in lane 1. She touches in a 106.29 for that. Excuse me, not lane 1, down in lane 8. Lane 1's at the top of your screen, lane 8 at the bottom. Weeks in lane 1 is second currently. We've got 2 outside swimmers going at it. Also right there with them is Helton in 3. Through the 150, Miles remains your leader. Helton passes Weeks in lane 1. And Miles will finish first. Her time 2:17.97. Second place going to Helton, 2:18.86. Hopping in the water now is Heat 3 of the 13-14 200-yard backstroke. Maddie Hewland is in lane 1 for NASA. Erica Arpin's in lane 2 for NASA. Ryan Flanagan's in 3 for Crown Point Swim Club. Emma Orth in 4 for GVV. Reese Anderson's in 5 for Valparaiso. Camelia Maya Murgia is in 6 for Club Olympia. Isabel Ortiz in 7 for Fishers. And then Kenzie Korknak is in 8 for Boilermaker Aquatics. First to the wall at the 50s, Hewland up in lane 1. Arpine in 2 right with her as well. And then down in lane 8, Kornak. Arpine and Hewland go 1-2 through the first 50 with Arpine touching first. In third right now, Kenzie Korknak down in lane 8. Coming into the 150, Arpine remains your leader. Korknak trying to make a move up on her, and also Anderson in lane 5 as well. Arpine touches second, Korknak third, and Anderson third. 106.08 for Arpine, 106.72 for Korknak. The meet record and association for this event was set in 2013 by Claire Adams of Carmel Swim Club. Arpine remains in second. Anderson was able to pass Korknak for second place. Arpine has about a second lead on the rest of the field. Also Ortiz in lane 7 trying to move up for that second spot. And we've got a little 3-way race going. Coming into the finish. Arpine will touch first. Her time 2:16.23. And second place goes to Anderson, 2:18.64, with Korknack finishing at 2:18.77. Heat 4, hopping in the water. In lane 1, Camille Reith for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Sierra Renrick in 2 for Carmel Swim Club. Chloe Campbell in 3 for Valparaiso, Elise Tibbs in 4 for Wind Tidal Wave. Mackenzie Soto's in 5 for Duneland Swim Club, Lily DiTillo in 6 for Hoosier Hills. Ava Kanita in 7 also for Hoosier Hills, and Ruby Hines in 8 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Off the start, Kanita has a little bit of a lead. Everybody's still right with her though. DiTillo and Hines are going to go with Kanita down in 6, 7, and 8. Kanita touches first, Tibbs second to the wall, and then Wenrick in lane 2 touching third. Kanita having a very good race here, Tibbs also as well. I got it. And through the 150, Tibbs is going to be your leader. She takes that spot from Hines. Hines still going strong though. Sitting in second place currently. Coming into the finish, Tibbs is going to finish with a 2:11.63. Hines finishing 2:14.47 down in lane 8, and third place will go to DiTillo, 2:15.82 for her. We're going to have Heat 5 now. Leah Reesley is in lane 1 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Mackenzie Rush in 2 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. Sarah Claire Brochures in 3 for Wind Tidal Wave. Allie Amsden in 4 for Noblesville Swim Club. Isabel Harger is in 5 for Carmel Swim Club. Allie Amsden's in 4. And then for the Greenwood Gator, Eliza Shop in 6. Elise Eubank is in 7 for Fishers, and then Liz Holds in 8 for Elkhart United. Very even race going on here after going into the first 50. Looks like Amsden has a slight lead. Shop also right there. Harger there as well. Very, very even though, but Shop has got a little bit of a lead, 32.7 for her through the first 50. Everybody else is almost dead even. And at the 75, Harger gets to the wall second. Still trailing a little bit behind Amsden. .102.2 100 split for Amsden, 103.38 for Harger. Sitting in third is Brochures in lane 3, 105.46. Amsden's gonna keep that lead at the 150, 135.29. Harger's going to stay in second, 126.28. They're separating themselves from the rest of the field by a decent margin. Third has moved to Shop. She was 139.8 for that. But third place could go to anybody right now. And then Harger and Amstan coming down to the finish. And Amston's going to finish first. 207.84 for her. Harger finishes second, 208.52. 3 goes to Eubank in lane 7. 213.22. Get about 3 or 4 switches for third place in that race. Very tight race for that third place position. Heat 6 now. In lane 1, we have Kennedy Draves for Duneland Swim Club, Evie Wheat in 2 for Westfield Aquatics, Lily Plawecki in 3 for Zionsville, Helena Weller in 4 for Carmel, Kinsley Bogards is in 5 for Southeastern Swim Club, Addie Gottler in 6 for Noblesville Swim Club, Karen Preston in 7 for Carmel, and Haley Coleman in 8 for Carmel as well. Helena Weller in this heat is your second overall seed. 207.19 is her previous best. But taking the lead through the first 50s, Bogards from Southeastern. Still a lot of swimming left to do, though. Very, very tight race for that second place spot, but it looks like Draves up in lane 2 has it right now. Coming off the wall, Weller is going to reclaim that second position. And Bogards really just separating herself from the rest of the field here. .101.74 for Bogards through the 100. And Plawecki in 3 looks to challenge Weller for that second place spot right now. And Bogards is just up there swimming all by herself right now through the 150. Weller with a little bit of a faster split than Bogards. Not enough to catch up, though. Let's see if she's able to run her down on this last 25 right here. And it does not look like she's going to be able to. Bogards is going to finish first. Her time, 207.4. Weller finishes in a 209.29, then Plawecki, 210.74. This is going to be your 7th and final heat of the 13-14 200-yard backstroke. In lane 1, Quinn Pollock for Carmel Swim Club, Brooklyn Sewell in 2 for Flashes Aquatics, Lily Kane in 3 for Fishers, Alex Clark in 4 for Carmel Swim Club, Zara Pattons in 5 for Fishers, and then in lane 6, Peyton Nelson for NASA. Haley Guzek is in 7 for Munster Swim Club, and then Annie Wolf in 8 for WTSC. Very tight race right here off the first 25. It looks like Guzak, yes, she does touch first through the 50, 29.12. Tied for second is Patton and Nelson, 29.68. Coming through the first 100. 59.99 through the first 100 for Guzek. Alex Clark's your top seed. She's sitting in 4th place currently, 102.4. And Zara Patton moving up to 1st place at the 150. Looks like Clark's gonna be sitting in 2nd, and they're gonna go right at it in this last 50, separated by about 0.3 right here. And Clark's moving up. They're right with each other going into this last 25. Touching the wall at the exact same time here. And they're stroke for stroke. Clark with a little bit of a lead. Clark hitting the flags first is going to come down to the finish. And Clark does touch first. 205.84, 206.46 for Patton. Clark will be your first overall seed moving into finals. 3rd goes to Nelson, 209.40. We're going to take a short 5-minute break here before we move on to the girls' 11-12 200 freestyle relay. Before that break, we do have a reswim, and that is going to be for Nora Kellstrom. She's going to be reswimming the 200 back. And off to a very good start here. Very good underwaters. She's moving through the first 25. We'll get her first 50 split here at the turn. And she turns at a 30.27. And actually, it looks like that was just for the 50 back, so her final time, 30.27 there. So we are now going to take a 5-minute break before the relays begin. So we'll be right back with you after this short 5-minute break before our relays start. Good time to take a bathroom break, get some water, get a little snack. We got some good swimming coming up here with our relays. The relays are off. This is your girls 11-12 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, we have Greater Evansville Aquatic, Irish Aquatics in lane 4, and then in Northridge swimming in lane 5. First swimmers is Bryant, Mabinda, and Harbury for each of those teams. And now in the water, Freddick for Greater Evansville, Sininger for Irish Aquatics, and Curti for Northridge area. And this is all freestyle. Each one of the legs will swim a 50 freestyle down and back. Touching first is NASA. They're going to put Birchnall Gibson in the water. Dorsch is going to be swimming for Irish Aquatics, and then Vogel for Greater Evansville. Northridge is going to keep that lead for now. They give it to Stormbeck for this final lap. Fitzgibbons is in for Irish, and Kassenbrock in for Greater Evansville. Northridge will finish with a time of 1:53.22, 1:55.05 for Greater Evansville. In Irish Aquatics, comes in with a time of 2:09.14. We have Heat 2 now. There will be 3 total heats of this. Heat 4 will swim in finals. In lane 2, Carmel Swim Club D. They'll have Claire Thompson in the water first. Carmel C is in 3. Morris is swimming. Kellstrom's in the water for Dunland A. Erisman in the water for Center Grove. Adams Demick in for Crown Point in lane 6, and then in lane 7, Dunaway swimming for Plainfield. Kellstrom taking a very nice lead for Dunland right now. But also right there is Morris and Dunaway. Dunland does touch first. Parker is going to be in the pool for Carmel D. Rosh in for Carmel C. Bonez in for Dunland. Rod Hacker in for Center Grove. Culture Carcosis in for Crown Point, and Cook in for Plainfield. Dunland maintaining that lead right now. They have Bonez in the water. Tight race for second place. Looks like Carmel C is going to have it right now. Sends in the water for Carmel D. Fairman in for Carmel C. Soto in for Dunland. DeSantis in for Center Grove. Calzoni in for Crown Point, and then Honninger in for Plainfield. Carmel C's catching up to Dunland. It's going to be very tight going in this last leg. Carmel does touch first. Duke will be in for Carmel D's. That's Grace Zhang in for Carmel C. Villa is going to be swimming for Dunland. Jerskowitz in for Center Grove. Hubster in for Crown Point, and then Rosebottom in for Plainfield Community. And Carmel C has a slight edge over Dunland right now. And Carmel C will touch first in a time of 1:51.34. This is your final heat for this morning, coming up in the 11-12 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, we have Carmel B. Aislinn George will be in the water. Maddie Lynn swimming for Munster A in lane 2. For lane 3, Adeline Dupe is representing Center Grove Aquatics Club. Kendall Chandler is going to lead off Fort Wayne swim team in 4. Marlo Castle for 5 for the Lake Central Barracudas. Casely Volker in 6. Pace Setter Aquatics is that team. Dossie Robinson is swimming for Riverside in 7, and then in lane 8 for the Michiana Marlins, Abigail Martin's in the pool. First to the wall, there's Robinson for Riverside. Still very, very tight race, though. Up in lane 8, that's George for Carmel B going very quick. George will be first to the wall for Carmel, Riverside right behind him. In second leg for Carmel B is Zhang. Nadelborg in for Munster, Camogny in for Center Grove, Nash in for Fort Wayne, Mosley in for the Lake Central Barracudas, McGowan in for Pace Setter Aquatics, Berber in for Riverside in 7, and then Suradsky in for Michiana Marlins in lane 8. Carmel keeping that lead and extending it. They're going to give it to Silverstrini. Linwood in for Munster. Lee's going to swim for Center Grove. Aram Beulah in for Fort Wayne. Reese in for Lake Central Barracudas. Bingham in for Pace Setter Aquatics. McCoy in for Riverside. And then Ball swimming for Michiana Marlins. Carmel has the lead right now, but Riverside's right on them. They're going to be fighting on this last leg. Almost in the water for Carmel. Schwersky's in for Munster, Hines in for Center Grove, Baker for Fort Wayne, Sutrowski in for Lake Central, Livers in for Pace Setter, Johnson in for Riverside, and then Beer swimming for Michiana Marlins. And Carmel's going to take the lead, keep the lead, extend it as well. Ermel's going to finish it out for them. They're going to take first place here. They finish in a time of 1:47.2. With that time, anybody in this heat and in the heats prior, with their time, will have a chance to qualify for the podium based off what the relays doing this afternoon. 1:47.20 will be the time for those relays to beat later. And once again, heat 4 of this event will be swimming in finals. Meaning we're going to move on to the 13 and 14 girls 400-yard freestyle relay. This relay record was set in 2022. The time of 3:25.03 by a team of Enoch, Ward, Sweeney, and Bowen. In lane 2, Irish Aquatics, Parrish is going to be swimming. Hill House is going to be swimming for Greater Evansville. Khalili for Riviera. Tibbs in lane 5 for Win Title, and then Moore in 6 for Plainfield. Forney's going to be swimming for the Indiana Swim Club in lane 7. First to the walls, Riviera, followed by Greater Evansville. 27.72 for Riviera, 27.85 for Greater Evansville. And this is a 100-lap race for each leg of the relay. 400 yards total, all freestyle. This will have 3 heats this morning and then another heat in the final session. Moving on to your second exchange. In lane 1 for Zionsville, Dolans will be swimming. Hewland for Northridge area. Garcia Esquivel for Washington Township. Riesling for Fort Wayne. Gentry for Carmel. George for Greenwood. Fowler for Carmel Swimming. Hampton for Lake Central Barracudas. Excuse me, that's actually Weeks in for Irish in lane 2, Orth for Greater Evansville in 3, Boheme in for Riviera in 4, Potts for Win Title in 5, Helton in for Plainfield in 6, and then Tang in for Indiana in 7. Right now, handing it off. Indiana Swim Club has the lead down in lane 7, followed by Plainfield Community. Third place right now, Win Title in lane 5. Third leg swimmers is Bryan for Irish Aquatics, Graber for Greater Evansville, Pearson for Riviera Swim, Pryor for Win Title, Johnson for Plainfield Community, and Bishop for Indiana Swim Club. Indiana Swim Club maintains that lead. 124.22. They have about a 2-second lead over second place, which is Plainfield Community, 226.27 for them. Riviera in third currently. And Indiana with a very, very strong lead. Riviera passing Plainfield right here, going into the last leg. We're going to have Ingwalson in for Irish Aquatics, Friedag in for Greater Evansville, Haley in for Riviera, Brochures in for Win Title. Rose is going to be swimming for Plainfield Community, and Coden in for Indiana Swim Club. At the turn, Indiana Swim Club. 322.2 for them. Riviera 322.95. They are very close now. Riviera making up about 2 seconds on that 50. And they're neck and neck going into this final turn. They're going to touch at the same time. And they're still right with each other. It's going to come right down to the finish here. Looks like Riviera might be getting a slight lead. And Riviera will touch first. Their time, 352.2, 353.12 for Indiana. Finishing third is Win Title, 354.38 for them. Heat 2 getting ready now. In lane 1, we're going to have Hull swimming for Zionsville. Arpine for Northridge area swimming. Washington Township will have Kiefer in the water. Leah Risley in for Fort Wayne. Paige Shannon in for Carmel Swim Club. Then Kroll will be swimming for the Greenwood Gators. Carmel Swim Club D team will have Kate Chrysler swimming first. Then Abigail Campbell in lane 8 for the Lake Central Barracudas. Stepping up to the blocks now. Very, very tight race through this first 50. Lots of swimming to go still. Looks like Greenwood might have a slight lead here. And yes, they do, but also right with them is Washington Township. 26.9 for Greenwood, 27.08 for Washington Township. Down in lane 8, Lake Central Barracuda's not far off either, sitting in third place. Looks like that Carmel C team is coming for third place too. Moving up. They might take first place here unless Lake Central touches first. Lake Central does touch first. Carmel C going to be second. Greenwood touching third there. We're going to have Josie Dolans in the pool for Zionsville. Maddie Hewland in for Northridge area. Garcia Esquivel in for Washington Township. Ella Rieshling in for Fort Wayne swim team. Kenley Gentry in for Carmel C. Izzy George for Greenwood. Shanna Fowler in for the Carmel D team. And Morgan Hampton in for the Lake Central Barracudas. And Carmel getting the lead here, 129.3 for them through that 150. 124.36 for Lake Central. And Carmel extending their lead by a little bit, but also right there with them is Fort Wayne, Washington Township, and Lake Central. Fort Wayne in 4, Washington Township in 3, Lake Central in 8. Carmel C is going to hand it off in first. Third leg swimmers, Elizabeth Dick for Zionsville, Liv Staley for Northridge area, Molly Memmer for Washington Township, Mary McLeish for Fort Wayne, Kona Owen for Carmel C, Lila Phillips for Greenwood, Sierra Wenrich for the Carmel D team, and then Leah Castle for the Lake Central Barracudas. Carmel keeping that lead now. They actually have increased it by a little bit, 26.71 in that 50 for Owen. Everybody else was 27s and above. Good first 50 for her. still going to remain in first through the 75 here. He's got about a body length lead on second. Call it a half body length lead. That's Fort Wayne right behind him. Fort Wayne is gaining on them. It's going to come down to this last 100. They're going to be right with each other. Fort Wayne actually touches first by .02 in the water for the last leg. Cecilia Warland for the Zionsville team. Palin Nelson for Northridge area. Annie Wolf swimming for Washington Township. Meredith Worrell for the Fort Wayne swim team. Claire Cate's going to be swimming for Carmel C. Eliza Schopp for the Greenwood Gators. Delaney Sweeney for Carmel. And Kaylee Schraffenberger for Lake Central. And they are very close right here. Fort Wayne with the slight advantage. Very, very close, so it's coming down to the last 50. Also, Washington Township right there. Looks like they're going to try to finish in third here. Maybe try to pass Carmel for second. And on the last lap, Fort Wayne has the advantage. And it looks like they'll be able to keep it. The question is, will Carmel be able to hold on for second, or will Washington Township out-touch them? And Washington Township will out-touch Carmel. Fort Wayne finishing first, Carmel finishing third. 3:46.62 for that Fort Wayne team. Washington Township finishing a 3:47.53 and then 3:47.96 for that Carmel C team. This will be your third and final heat of the session here for the girls 13-14 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, Isabel Harger will be swimming for Carmel Swim Club. Maya Preston will be swimming for Noblesville in lane 2. Gabby Heinz will be swimming for Irish Aquatics in 3. Lily Kane in lane 4, swimming for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Abigail Gusinger swimming in lane 5, representing Munster. Savannah Janke is going to represent Center Grove Aquatic Club in lane 6. Brown Point Swim Club put Quinn Padilla in the water in lane 7, and then Duneland has Mackenzie Soto starting off for them in lane 8. Taking a little bit of a lead right there is Munster. That's Gusinger in the water. Janke right behind him for Center Grove. Preston also with a good first 50 there for Noblesville up in lane 2. Gusinger and Janke are going to flip right at the same time right there through the 75. And they're going to give it off to their next swimmer about dead even. Looks like Munster will have a little bit of the advantage. In the pool for Carmel B is going to be Karen Preston. Elena Weller in for them. Haley Blackwell is going to be in for Noblesville. Ariel Gunther in for Irish Aquatics. Zara Patton for Fishers. Haley Guzak from Munster Swim Club. Caitlin Lay for Center Grove Aquatic Club. Sophia Himden for Crown Point Swim Club. And Kennedy Draves for Duneland. Looks like Munster is going to extend their lead, but not by much. Actually, Center Grove did catch up a little bit on that 50. Third place right now still belongs to Noblesville. Fishers in lane 4 looks to take it, though. They're challenging that third place position. Very, very even still going into the third leg, but Munster does have a lead, and very good exchange from Munster there as we go into our third leg. Karen Preston's going to be swimming for Carmel. Addie Gutler for Noblesville. Aylin Bilgesser for Irish Aquatics. Isabel Ortiz for Fishers. Kiara Kim's going to swim for Munster. Jordan DeVos for Center Grove. Ren Flanagan's going to swim for Crown Point, and Taylor Ryan in the pool for Duneland. Munster keeps the lead. Center Grove still less than a second off. Noblesville still keeping that second place spot, but there's about a 4-way race for that third spot right now. And it looks like Irish Aquatics has taken third from Noblesville. Coming into the final exchange, it's going to be Munster with a good lead, but also the Irish Aquatics caught up a lot on that 100, and it's going to be a tight race on this last 100. We have Libby Lale on the water for Carmel, Allie Ampson in for Noblesville, Lainey Shook in for Irish Aquatics, Larkin Lee's swimming for Fishers, Mia Teffler in for Munster. Madeline Temple in for Center Grove Aquatic Club. Juliet Fancher in for Crown Point. And then Madeline Miles swimming for Duneland. Going to the last 50. Munster keeps the lead. Carmel B moving up in lane 1. They have Libby Lale in the water. Fisher's had a very fast split on that 50 as well. They're moving up a lot. Noblesville and Carmel are going at it for that second place spot up in lanes 1 and 2. And it's going to come down to this right here. Looks like Noblesville is able to pass Carmel. Munster finishes first in a 3:41.64. Noblesville does touch second, 3:43.64. And then 3:43.92 for Carmel. That's going to conclude this morning session. Actually, I apologize. We're going to have the 1,000 after this. There's going to be a 15-minute break before that, though. And so we're going to take a short break. We are about to begin our girls 14,000 free here, and they are underway now. Swimming in lane 1 for Southeastern Swim Club, we have Brooklyn Penn. In lane 2 for Noblesville Swim Club, Maya Preston. In lane 3 for Crown Point Swim Club, Rain Flanagan. In lane 4 for Fishers, Brooklyn Rager. In lane 5 for Munster Swim Club, Haley Guzak. In lane 6 for Duneland Swim Club, Mackenzie Soto. Natalie Rowling is in lane 7 for Jasper Aquatics. And then Kate Swistek is in lane 8 for Duneland Swim Club. Taking a strong lead here through the 100. Oh, very actually even lead here through the 100 is Rolling and Rager, with Rolling touching first. This is a 40-lap race and a strong test of the swimmer's endurance. We're going to be swimming 2 heats here. In the third and fastest heat, we'll be swimming finals. Record for this event was set in 2021, the meet record by Lexi Ward with a time of 10:01:04. The association record was set in 1985 by Paula Stedick with a time of 9:48:15. Exceptionally fast time for her there. We're about 250 yards in. And Rager goes through first at a 2:37. Also rolling right with her. 2:39:29 for her. Rager remaining in first through 300 yards. Rolling still in second. Rager trying to put some distance between her and Rolling. Penn and Preston up in lane 1 and 2, having a tight battle for third place. Penn right now with the advantage over Preston in that battle over there. Lane 1 is at the top of your screen. Lane 8 down in the bottom. For 450, Rager has a very strong lead now. 446 for her, just under halfway. Penn now catching up to rowing. Very close to her now, less than a second separating them. Or just over a second, actually. "23 laps in for Rager, about to make it 24. "6:26.14 for her, 32.92 on that 50. Maya Preston with the 32.93 on that 50. She's moving. Catching up to Penn a little bit, though Penn has put a decent amount of distance between those two. Rager with a 33.16 there, slowing down a little bit. See if she can get back under 33. Penn with a 32.87 there. 32.84 for Preston, still speeding up a little bit. Catching up to Penn a little bit. Rowling still has a third place position, but Penn closing in on her. Excuse me, Rowling has a second place position. Penn closing in on her though. And Preston is coming for Penn. Penn with a faster split than Rager again. She's closing the gap. They've got 11 laps left here at the turn. It's going to be 10 after this lap. Penn with another faster split there. 32.78 versus Rager's 33.1. Very small differences, so we'll see if it ends up being enough to catch up to her. Rager goes through with a 32.87 on that one, so she's picking it up here. 32.78 for Penn, still a little bit faster, but only by tenths of a second. Probably not enough to make up that gap that Rager has created between her and Penn. Another 32.8 for Rager there. Very consistent. 32.5 for Penn there. She's about 4.5 seconds behind. Bell lap for the Rager here. And Penn is still 4 seconds behind now. She'd have a lot of ground to make up if she wants to win this heat. Rager is going to finish with a final time of 10:48.35. 10:51.73 for Penn. And then finishing third is Rolling, 10:55.7. So 10:48 is a very, very good time, and that puts her well above a lot of the seed times in time finals. In fact, it puts her at third currently. Penn also would be in third with that time. So two very good swims from Rager and Penn there. Heat 3 coming up now, or Heat 2 rather. It's going to be Heat 3 of the event total, but Heat 1, the fastest heat, is swimming in finals. In lane 1, Emma Orth is swimming for GEVV. That's actually lane 2. Cora Irwin in lane 3 for Riverside Aquatic. Abrielle Andrzejewski is in lane 4 for the Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Audrey Cooley is in 5 for Duneland Swim Club. Charlie Alea in 6 for Franklin Regional Swim Team. And Maya Dillingham is in 7 for Win Title. Cora Irwin's your leader right now through that first 50. She went out in a fast time of 29.64. Irwin's going to keep that lead. And Andrzejewski not far off her, though. But Irwin with the faster split there, so she's certainly extending that lead. Irwin keeping that lead. She's got about a 2-second lead over Andrzejewski now. Third right now, Cooley in lane 5. And sitting in 4th place is Emma Orth in lane 2. Andrzejewski still within a good striking distance. Definitely would be able to get up and pass Irwin. Has plenty of time. Wrapping up lap 12. Andrzejewski closing that gap. Irwin still keeping that lead though. Not giving up. Very close now. About a half seconds between Irwin and Andrzejewski. Andrzejewski having faster 50 splits than Irwin. Only by a little bit though. We'll see if it's enough to pass her up. And they're right with each other right here. Only about a stroke lead for Irwin. Only about 0.35 separating them now. It's getting closer and closer. Cooley still sitting in third. Emma Orth in fourth right now. And Andrzejewski has passed Irwin now, overtaking her and claiming the lead. Still a very close race right now, though. Could go either way. Andrzejewski with about a 3-second lead now over Irwin. Heading into lap 32. They're gonna have 8 laps left after this. 150 yards left for your leader, Andrew Zajeski. Irwin in second, Cooley in third. Followed by Orth. And then Dillingham. And they're on the bell lap here. Andrew Zajeski bringing it home. She will finish with a time of 11:16.27. Following her is Cora Irwin with a time of 11:26.57. Cooley finishes third, 11:34.63. Finishing fourth, Emma Orth, 11:58.26. That will conclude our 11, 12, 13, 14 prelim session. You can find us at finals starting at 5 o'clock. And 10 and unders will start at 1. 4:30 actually is when the finals will start. I've been KJ Sweeney. Thank you for joining us.